Alright everybody, so welcome back. So, last session, actually a couple sessions ago, we'll do a little bit of a double recap since we've had a bit of a break, but you have all recovered another one of the Manifest Zone artifacts for Provost Nigel Farius, although you are beginning to question his motives and no way of knowing if that's rightfully so or not, but suspicions are mounting. But you have received another mission, and in order to keep the goodwill of the Clifftop Guild, and to keep the money and the jobs flowing in for them, you all have accepted this job to head into Karnath in search of yet another Manifest Zone and another one of these pieces of his Convergence Manifesto. This particular piece is sending you towards the plane of infinite order. And so, you've all boarded the lightning rail and began heading northward. There was a brief detour at the crossing between Thaliost and Reckonmark. I'll go ahead and transfer you all over to the map so you can get a good idea of where you're at currently. Right around in here. Yep. Okay. So right in here is where we are currently. Okay, so your next mission is going to send you to the plane of Dawn V, or at least to a Manifest Zone connected to the plane of Dawn V, the plane of infinite order. You all are to take the lightning rail, meet with a contact in Irontown in the far east of Karnath, who is to supply you with a set of authorization crystals. Crystals that will allow you to make a rather perilous jump, and turn that perilous jump into a transit. A safe transit into, well, hopefully a safe transit into Dawn V. Once there, you are to recover an item. How exactly that item is to be discovered and acquired is still yet to be seen, but the Quintessence Engine is what you're after. It's been described to you as a device of interlocking spheres and rings that can fit in the palm of your hand. At the crossing of Thaliost and Reckonmark, you had a little bit of downtime, indulged in some rather lucrative fighting, and
Okay, how much do I get paid for not
contests. Yes, indeed. So, you
clean,
were
crisp,
gifted...
high five.
While Sarda was there to deliver a warning of sorts to you, she was also there to deliver a reward for you, Dimitri. Your venture into Dargoon, while caused some political upheaval, turned out to be rather lucrative. And House Cannith, within the last several days, has already set up a rather solid trade deal into the region. And your reward for that was 200 gold. It was not much compared to what's going to be made, but it was what the house saw fit to give you for your part in that.
Excellent.
Excellent indeed. Now, all right. So, after the crossing, after Dimitri met back up with you all, you returned from your gladiatorial exploits and met back up at Thaliost. It's been several days have passed since you made your way away from Thaliost. Your lightning rail travel punctuated only by that river crossing into Karnath and a chilly day's horseback ride from Vedekar to Volyar. Relatively uneventful travel, but finally, you board yet another car, pleased to find yourselves yet again in a first-class cabin. And after another few days of enjoying the minibar and personal cooked-to-order meals, pull into Irontown, far to the east of Karnath. No stops in between then and there, just straight across. Likely to be a bit interesting for Yuji passing through. Yuji do you know where your character is from in Karnath? What was it,
Oh.
80 years ago that you were last here?
Yuji was born in Otur, which is on the way.
Okay.
So I think there'd be a lot of nostalgia and window looking out as we fly by.
All right.
Because the Renmark Military Academy is also on the way. So we're like hitting all of Yuji's lovely memories that he can recall.
Indeed. And of course, we'll need to pass by again on your way back, assuming assuming that there is a way back.
Absolutely. Be fine.
But
Yuji, are we going through an area that you've been to before?
As we're flying along, Yuji would kind of point out, be like, I remember that spot. Doesn't look anything like it used to. Things are different. Trees have been removed. The dirt is different. Apparently, a lifetime of combat ruins a country. But I have memories of a lot of these places. They're familiar, but don't look like what I remember.
I think that it sounds like the scale is a lot bigger for you, maybe, but I think that a lot of people can probably say that 100 years of war will change a lot of things, and 5 years of peace will change a lot of things too.
When there's no telling what, or when, I should say, I was here. This is the longest I've ever been with a group of adventurers. And so it's one of the first times I've actually been able to have a chronology of events that occurred. So it could have been 10 years ago. It could have been hundreds of years ago.
It seems like time is not something that you're good at reckoning. That way's north.
Here's an image of the city that you all would have seen Yuji taking special notice of as you passed by.
Ooh. Not the picture I had of Karnath. I don't know, I felt like there would be a lot more skulls and bones.
More or less a deep fascination with red. Because I think Yuji would be able to point out the Crimson Monastery, which is probably, I think, what's the center here of this picture.
Well, if you want to stop somewhere on our way back, I mean, I can't imagine that anyone would have a problem with that.
Last time I was here, I was chased out pursuing an organization that didn't exist.
You've got a lot of experience with that. I think I'm going to soon too. But maybe that's not a reason to not go.
Great mind thinks alike. We can forge through this uneasy path together.
I agree. I think that maybe I made a bad choice for the right reasons. And, well, I think we've got a couple of... we have plenty of other opportunities to do the same thing. Maybe we'll make some other bad decisions here, too.
That's true of any great Carnathian.
Yeah,
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
well, good thing we're on a lightning rail, right?
Yeah. That same lightning rail that Leanna told us the Emerald Claw was trying to destroy. Yeah. Cool.
Oh yeah, no one's seen anyone.
Oh,
They
I've
were
been
trying to
looking.
destroy it, or
Take over
Uh,
because they were going to try and beat us to the Manifest zone.
It was like a mechanical sabotage, right? Comment. I don't remember
So,
exactly
what you
they
all
were doing.
heard, what you all heard from Lara and her contacts was that the Emerald Claw has been showing an unusual amount of interest in the Lightning Rail. That was weeks ago at this point. However, she had very little details. All she knows is that they are trying to find. They're gathering information, bribing people, boarding the train. They haven't really made any attacks on the train, but they are definitely doing something with it. You actually didn't get very many details about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I doubt they would be foolish enough to make an overt attack on there, because, you know, attacking a dragon-marked house is not a long-term thing, like a good thing for longevity.
Yuji would kind of point to like himself. Where do you think I learned how to fight?
Not attacking dragon-marked houses for sure. Really?
We sure did attack a lot of things, though.
Well, of course. I mean, I would imagine that there were probably lots of dangerous things out there. I really don't know, honestly. 80 years is a long time. Like, I
Being a
can't even
part of
really
a-
fathom 80 years.
It goes by a lot faster than you think. But being a part of a militaristic, noble order of warriors kind of lends itself to stab first, ask questions later.
I think then we need to agree on a new definition for noble, because I think that noble would probably ask a lot of questions before stabbing.
Like her here, her, but here.
Say what?
Points.
Am I the only one? I couldn't hear that.
It's like, I didn't get any of that, Derek.
I didn't get any of it either.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just pain points. Does it hurt if I stab you here? Does it hurt if I stab you here?
There you go.
Or do you simply mean by noble that they had a lot of money?
Both could still be true, but I don't remember growing up with wealth.
I don't really either, but I think that in what I've seen with how people live in Sharn, I think I did. It's funny how you normalize things, and I have to take this phone call real quick.
As
I think
Dimitri's
he would,
sending stone goes off.
Go ahead. Yeah, sending stone, perfect. I think you point out that morality is a reflection of its time. Karnath chose to use undead warriors because we didn't have people to fight. And like anything, terms can change over time. Meanings change depending on the world around it.
And with that, you all do pull into Irontown, your scheduled rendezvous point and the last stop before reaching the Manifest Zone. Train comes to a stop. You all see people coming and going. Notably, you hear quite a bit of commotion in the car adjacent to yours, the one right behind you. If you all remember, the engineering car is the one directly in front of you. And then you have your first class cabins next to that on the other side. The people that have been traveling in the first class cabin have been in the other cabins have been relatively quiet for the most part, but you can hear whoever was occupying that area before leaving a few mild-mannered, noble people disembarking, and you can hear a lot of people getting on board over there. Got maybe about 15-20 minutes before departure here in Irontown. Irontown is a small town, lies on one of the Orient trade roads. Not a whole lot goes down here. There is a garrison that watches the disputed border with the Moorholds. But aside from that, not a whole lot goes on here in Irontown. It's kind of just like a stop on the way.
Is our contact Amaldi supposed to join us on the train? Yes,
As
or are we
you
supposed
ask
to?
that, there is a knock at your door.
Dimitri will answer it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all have arrived in Irontown. This is where you're supposed to be meeting with your contact, and as Kay questions if this is the place, if this is where you're supposed to meet with Amaldi, there is a knock at the door. Not at the engineering door, but at the back, at the other side. The one that leads to the other first-class cabins.
Wouldn't that be ironic?
The knock sounds again.
Bring
Clifftop?
out an
Oh.
echo and somebody answer the door. I think Dimitri
Dimitri
said
will
he was
answer.
answering.
Okay.
Hello?
So,
Oh, wait, who is it?
who is it? Is this the Clifftop Guild's car?
That
It is. Is this,
no.
who's asking?
Name's
I
Amaldi.
thought about it. Okay. Oh, well, come on in.
Opens
So that's the person who inquired, asking a lot of questions but can't think of questions in the moment, right? Stab first. You know?
Amaldi Corcoran. So he opens the door, and the dignified dwarf in his middling years, a crew cut and a neatly trimmed beard and goatee, pokes his head through the cabin door, studies you all for a moment before giving a big smile and visibly relaxing. See, you've all made yourselves comfortable. Mind if I join you?
Absolutely, there's plenty of room.
Wonderful. And he immediately makes his way over to the mini bar.
And, first impressions, right? Is I assume he is no insight check is needed. His intentions are clear.
I mean, you can certainly make an
He's just
insight
our
check
contact,
if you'd
right?
like to.
I trust no one.
I trust no one.
I trust everyone.
I mean, I asked him, I said, who told you to meet us here?
I'm going to assume everyone's Emerald Claw until they prove me otherwise. Dimitri, when were you
Nice.
last seen with an Emerald Claw operative?
Are you considered an Emerald Claw operative at this point?
Yes.
I'm not really
I think
sure
he's
how
in
that
Multiply.
works.
We should kill him.
Throw him out the train. Let's go.
He kind of looks around at y'all. Hey now, he's has his drink in his hand. We're all on the same team here, guys. Let's not get over excited. Y'all seem a little bit on edge. Maybe this is for you. He hands it over to you, Eugene.
Yeah, we don't want anyone falling off the side of the train or anything, right?
Aha! Aha! Laura said y'all might be a little bit on edge. Been through it lately, have you?
See Yuji kind of chuckle as he pours the drink out the window behind him.
Amaldi looks
Nah, we're
like
great.
visibly paled. He's like, that was good scotch.
Yuji has a bit of a drinking problem.
Ah,
I was
See.
just gonna say, Scotch doesn't even scratch the itch at this point anymore.
apologies then. I will pour myself another. He turns around to the minibar and starts making himself another drink.
Yuji will politely offer him the good stuff, offering out one small vial of truth serum, unknown to him. That's the only poison I have on me right now.
Okay, so you're gonna slip a truth serum into Amaldi's drink?
No, more
Wow.
of just being a
Okay.
trying to lighten the mood and just, aha, I've got the real good stuff. You want this? And show him a vial. And
Okay,
see if
got
he
it.
actually takes it. No, I'm not intentionally going to drug him. We're not
Okay.
neutral evil yet.
No,
Okay. So he says, "Oh, I need to keep my wits about me. Strange things going on. Strange things." And he sits down. "But I've sworn I've been being followed since leaving the station, since getting to the station." Downs his drink, but all's well that ends well. We're here now. We're together. Nothing else could
Who did
possibly
you-
go wrong, eh?
who did you think was following you?
Something can always go wrong.
Says, I'm not sure. I just had this strange feeling like I was being watched while moving through the station. What?
In our
By
limited
whom?
experience, that's usually
What does it
true.
look like?
Is this door lockable?
Yeah.
Lock it.
Okay.
I will pull out my little small container, and get out 2 small little pieces, like smudges of silver, and rub them underneath my eyes and cast see invisibility
Okay.
to see if maybe he was followed.
Okay. Yeah. Is that active now?
Yes.
Okay. You do not see anybody.
Okay.
Okay. Comment.
Yeah.
Two things I wanna bring up. First, we had several days of travel getting here. I did scribe some scrolls. I deducted said money for ingredients and such. But I have a quick mechanics question.
Okay.
The shillelagh cantrip.
Yeah.
It's a cantrip, so technically it can be spammed. I mean, I
Yep,
can,
yep.
you can cast it every 6 seconds if you want to. So, Kay, when we're in what he considers possibly dangerous situations,
Okay.
will cast it every minute or so. So what I would like to suggest is that anytime, like, if we're in that type of environment, if combat does occur, without me being able to say I refresh it beforehand,
Just assume that you
that I roll a d10 to tell me how many rounds left I have, because it lasts for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
As
Okay. You
opposed
may need to remind me a
assuming
few
that I'm
times the first
spamming
few
it.
times we do it.
Yeah, as opposed to assuming I'm spamming it every 6 seconds, because he wouldn't spam it every 6 seconds.
Right.
That's just annoying and
Just-
painful.
Okay, so just once a minute or so, every few minutes you do it. Got it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Likening to him checking his cell phone.
Right. Okay. So, Amaldi, after some friendly small talk, finally sighs. The train would have taken off a few minutes after Amaldi boarded with you all.
Okay. So we're moving again.
You are moving again, yes. But after some friendly
Did
small
you ever-
talk, Amaldi finally sighs, finishes off his scotch, and says, "Well, on to business, I suppose. You aren't really here to keep me company, pleasant as I may be, eh?" He winks. "You want the authorization crystals? Let me tell you, acquiring these was harder than I thought it would be. Story about a handsome dwarf? That'd be me. Having to fend off the amorous clutches of a matronly human woman vying for the same prize, with her less than amicable half-orc bodyguard. I just need a drink and a chance to settle my nerves, Pours himself another one.
Could it be that woman's bodyguard and possibly other hirelings that have been following you, hoping to acquire by subterfuge or force what they weren't able to acquire legitimately?
He would say that he's not even certain he's being followed at all. It's just kind of a hunch. But if he had to guess who else would be interested in the Donvian diamonds, he did hear through the grapevine that Kenneth East was looking for them. Dimitri, this would be the first time you're hearing that.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know anything about
do
their
you-
plans. Go ahead.
Do you know the name of this woman or her bodyguard?
He shakes his head. No, but the Donvian plane doesn't become counter-terminus very often at all, so the idea that there's more than one group out there looking for it, not surprising to him.
Absolutely. Did you say Kenneth East? Do you recall having seen a dragon mark on her?
He shakes his head and says, no, but now that you mention it, she was quite, layered in her garments, especially for being this far north and east. Like she might have been trying to cover a mark.
Well, that's good information. You have a keen eye on you, Master Dwarf. A keen eye indeed.
He smiles and says, I do, don't I?
Dimitri, would Kenneth East resort to violence to get something they weren't able to acquire legitimately?
I think that it's an unfortunately broad question to ask. Would anyone resort to violence to get something that they want and prevent someone else from having?
Yes.
Not so difficult a question for Kay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that for far too many people, the answer to that question is yes. And Kenneth they're just flawed people trying to do what they think is right. And sometimes that leads to very bad decisions for the wrong reason.
Do we believe that they would hire someone such as the Deathgate Guild to assist them?
If I were to guess, I would say that if something like this would be something that they would take on themselves, I might be
possibly
wrong.
Hire local talent.
I think that there would likely be a connection to the house, and correct me if I'm wrong on this comment, but I would think that there would be a connection to the house. And in fact, we are the makers of fantastic magical items, and hiding a warforged disguised as a half-orc would not be an unreasonable thing to do.
It's certainly not out of the realm of possibility.
All I thought of was Terminator, so yeah, let's do this.
But you're here now and you're safe. If anyone were to try anything here, we will do everything in our power to keep you from harm's way. I would appreciate it if you'd give over the crystals now for safety, the authorization crystals now for safety.
He nods and says, yes, of course, and he goes to open his jacket pocket, and as he does, you all hear a uproar of cheering and laughter from the car next door. He kind of waits, looks over. You all smell that? He looks over, right at you, Dimitri. Risotto. And there's a knock at the door.
Is
Room
risotto a
service.
Oh,
Here lately.
Shillelagh.
Yeah.
I think
Tinge has
that
been
we're-
sitting. He's no longer sitting.
I sense that there's some tension in the room. Maybe we should just have off on lunch for now. We have rations.
How about lunch? Do you smell that? It's risotto.
I do. How about you give over those crystals first?
Stop him from opening the door.
Yuji, he is actively reaching towards the knob.
I will use the butt of my spear to trip him up before he gets
1 second.
stealthily, if that's possible.
All right, go ahead and make a go ahead and just make an attack roll.
Okay, Jesus. Okay.
You're not actually striking this man. Don't worry. Okay.
Bludgeoning him lethally.
He does
Right,
hop
you did
over at
try it.
Yuji, but he looks down. He says, "Well, fine then. No lobster for us. Damn it." Sits back down.
Would you like
Smells
another
delicious,
drink?
you know. He calls out, "We're good in here." Says, "Return to the galley if you change your mind." Coming from the other side of the door.
See? That was probably
Does that
quite
sound like the other people that have delivered stuff to this cart prior?
It did sound like the serving boy from before. That you actually, yeah, you guys have been on this train for a while. It did sound like
Several days now, yeah.
Relevant questions. Finn sits back down.
Tinge sits back down. Okay.
different.
Okay. So Amaldi sets his scotch down. He says, all right. On from the pleasantries. I should give these to you now before I forget." He grins and reaches into his jacket pocket for the authorization crystals. But after a moment, his smile fades. And he frantically stands up and begins patting down all of his pockets, rummaging through his travel bag. He looks up. "By the blood, they're gone!" His face pales. "Oh no. That man in the green scarf! He bumped into me on my way in. I should have known." Amaldi.
You-
Yuji now
green
stands
scarf?
up.
Describe this person in more detail, please.
He nods. Says, yes. Broad-shouldered man, chainmail, green scarf, brushed past me as I boarded the first-class car. I was right in front of him. I remember seeing him head down to the end of the car, toward the galley, but I didn't really pay much notice of it then.
Yuji would like him to go into great detail about this scarf, describing it as best he can, and I'm sorry in advance. John.
Bright green, wrapped around his neck, frayed at the edges. The scarf's really the only detailed thing I remember. Looks like it was ancient, but well taken care of.
I'll cast locate object then, and we'll see if we can.
Was he of a size of a human?
Big man, yes.
Or big? Okay. It's okay, Amaldi. Don't blame yourself for this.
Oh, we'll find him. Does my locate object pick up anything?
I'm checking right now.
This is what we do.
Originally, I had planned to use locate object to
Okay.
do like
Frayed
an
green
emerald
scarf.
claw or something like that. But
Okay. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain type of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon. Okay. So you do pick up on a green, frayed old scarf. Still aboard the train. How specific is this? Can locate. Okay. It is on the train still. You can sense that it is moving with you. As in, it is not getting farther and farther away as the train moves away. It would be west of you.
Yuji will kind of like twirl his finger in the air like we're moving, and I'll say it that way.
He says, I think I will lead the way. I will wait until y'all are into a car before I go to move. Once y'all have reached like the halfway point of a car, I will move to the next car, but I will be invisible.
I can see you.
And I am drinking a potion of invisibility.
Okay, how long does that last for?
An hour.
Nice.
What's the dwarf's name again?
Amaldi!
Amaldi, you're coming with us to point him out. Are you armed?
He nods and pulls a dagger from his pouch, from his side. You didn't notice he had one before. He says, "I am armed." Puts it back.
Dimitri will knock his gauntlets together, and you'll see his armor kind of bulk up a little bit as he goes into Guardian and say, "Just stay behind me, you'll be fine."
Understood,
Yuji
understood.
has-
I've heard you all know how to handle yourselves. I believe it.
Yuji has a slight look of disgust on that little tiny dagger. It's like, oh, whatever, stay by Dimitri.
And I allow my echo
he
to disappear.
looks towards Yuji and says, "That's just the one I showed you, son."
It's very impressive, but if everything goes well, you won't have to use it.
Before drinking the potion of invisibility, I am going to cast a spell.
Okay.
Is it? Hold on a second. It is. I am casting Borrowed Knowledge. I am now proficient in stealth.
Nice.
For the next hour.
Sounds good.
Then I drink the potion of invisibility.
Okay.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's like, that's an awesome spell. Wow.
Okay. What y'all doing?
So after Kay leads
Unlock
off,
and open the door. I can't unlock it. I can only open. There we go. Oops.
and then we'll all wait a moment and then I guess start going.
So, Kay, you see as you walk into that cabin a party in full swing. Nearly a dozen women dancing, drinking, and laughing. And as Dimitri enters, they all turn towards you and raise glasses and cheer. You see one woman step out from her room. Say, "The dancers have arrived!" They look towards you all expectantly. Okay, no one sees you, Kay.
Is there enough room in this passage for me to slip by without?
Make a stealth check at advantage. You know what? Never mind. You're invisible and you have borrowed knowledge. You can get by them.
Okay.
So they're all drinking, shouting excitedly at each other. Kay, now that you're kind of slinking past and looking around people, you do see two armored guards, a man and a woman, standing at the end of the hallway near the exit to the other cars. The crest on their armor marks them as members of the Defenders Guild of House Deneath. Both look ill at ease as they glance towards the partying women. They kind of pushed up back towards the door as far as they can get.
Am
They're
I
just
able to get to the door between them?
That would be difficult, not impossible. How would you go about doing it? Like I said, they are like backs on the door, pressed up against it.
I am able to see him, and I guess in theory, we probably want Yuji to be going first, since he's, or at least, as long as you're continuing to point in the direction and say, "Yep, keep going that way," then
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going
I
that
think
way.
there's a lot
and-
of I'll be right behind you, Dimitri, and because it's just a train, right? Like it's not like there's a huge variance in the direction
Right.
we're going.
I would basically just press myself up against the wall here to allow one of my other companions to be able to interact with the guards.
Yeah, I'll say, "Excuse me."
Okay. Real quick, Yuji, as you go by the cabin back there, you see one of the women has an aquarium that's full of very familiar-looking frogs.
Don't get distracted.
Don't get
Stay on target.
distracted.
Yuji is absolutely distracted. He'll like knock on the window and be like, "I'll be back. 5 minutes."
She's like giving a demonstration. There's a couple other women in there with her, and she's like talking about like the properties of these particular frogs. All right.
Yuji will like
Sweet.
slowly reach for his side pouch. They're like, "You're my babies. Don't worry." I'll never leave you."
Okay. So Dimitri, as you approach, yeah, you say,
That's
"Excuse
a
me."
gift if I've ever seen it.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The guard kind of looks over towards you. "You can't go through here. Stay in your cabin."
But I need to go through there. Please.
The other guard, the woman, takes the deep breath and says, "As you said, you can't go through here. It's off limits. You got the whole first-class cabin. We can send to the galley if you need something to eat.
I need to find someone. It's very important. I'm sorry.
The big guard, the guy, takes a step forward and puts a hand on his cudgel. He says, "No, I'm sorry. You don't seem to understand.
Okay.
No passengers beyond this point."
Oh,
Can I do like a perception check or something to
Make an
see if
insight
they
check.
might have any affiliation to the Emerald Claws or bad people? Or
Yeah, they're wearing House Tinieth.
that doesn't mean they can't be Emerald Claws, right?
Make an insight check.
they could be hired by anyone.
I'm rolling hot tonight, boys. Here
Well,
we go.
luckily you didn't need a very high roll to realize that these two are acting weird. And those of you that are familiar with the lightning rail know that there's no reason that they should be denying passengers access to other cars.
UG will like subtly reach under his belt then and kind of flash his green dragon claw at them. Put it back into his belt. I'm either
One of
going to
them-
get attacked or it's going to be.
One of them kind of furrows their brow. Yuji, the one that you have is old, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of furrows his brow, and one of them looks up towards you. Where'd you get that? His tone has changed dramatically, Yuji. The women standing nearest to him kind of go wide-eyed and start backing up. You see them kind of begin to push each other back into their cabins, whispering to each other.
So you know that. Then you would also know that you don't have any sufficient rank to be asking me that question. Stand aside.
I'm sorry. We don't want any trouble, but I think that it's not appropriate for you to try and bar our movement. So please just move yourself from the from barring our way, and we'll be happy to go on about our business. Everything will be fine.
Okay. So as you're saying that, they are still looking. Yuji, where are you? Are you all the way back there?
I'm behind Dimitri wherever these guys are. So
Okay. Let's get you
Yeah,
closer
I'll
up there.
move a
You would
little
have
bit
needed to be closer to flash your insignia at them.
oh, sorry, I jumped ahead of Dimitri. Here it is.
The woman begins to draw a flail from behind her back. Say, "Where did you get that relic, thief?"
I don't think that you want to do that. In fact,
No,
I'm-
Dimitri, let the fools dig their own graves. Clearly, they have no idea who they're talking to, and are so low rank they wouldn't even notice it with their own eyes. If I have something that you claim is this old, what in the world are you questioning my authority? You see, I am one of Karnath. Move with intimidation, I guess. I don't know how else to do it.
Yeah, make intimidation. Okay.
Is there an
And-
empty space behind her now at all?
No, they are backs pressed to the door.
Okay. As soon as there is a space, I'm summoning my echo there.
Okay. Conveniently enough, as Yuji says that, this one steps forward.
There are many times in life where people are given an opportunity to make a good choice and a bad choice. And I hope that you can recognize that this is your chance to make a good choice. And we're giving you that one last time. Please make a good choice.
Looks towards you for the first time in a good stretch, Dimitri. Looks back towards her companion. Says, "You hear him? We have a choice."
That's right.
and then she swings her flail at you, and we are going to roll initiative.
Damn it.
I knew it.
Sorry, I thought that was totally gonna work and get him out of the way.
Hugie.
Yeah.
Wow, but he was expecting some trouble.
Yeah.
Your insignia is ancient.
I know.
We will come back to that.
I'm sure we will.
All right.
I mean, how many people you know run around with a 100-year-old dragon claw? Not many, probably.
Action fight.
Yeah, my dice roll seemed to imply that I knew something was going to shake down here.
Yeah. Yeah, mine were like, Dimitri's like, they're going to lay down their arms. They don't want to fight. Clearly.
This is one of those situations where I almost went off book, but the book specifically says no amount of intimidation or persuasion can get them away from this door. I was gonna, if Yuji rolled super high, I would have definitely gone off book, but the 14 was not gonna cut it.
Nah, I don't.
Can't
Garbage
persuade
rolls,
them
I
out a
knew it was
window?
coming.
Persuade them out a window.
We're going to help them out the window here in a second, so.
Everybody in there? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, this is literally in order almost. What's going on up there?
Jeez. I just recently quit vaping, and my lungs are still trying to recover. And I didn't realize until recently that even though I mute, so you all can't hear me coughing, the YouTube video can. So like, yeah.
No.
So I'm trying to not blast my microphone with coughs anymore. So I apologize if I go quiet for every now and then. Second. Okay. All right. Yuji, what do you do? Kay, you were readying to send your echo out, so you can go ahead and do that and have it already have gone off.
Okay.
Yuji, you're up.
So, can I do like an inside check or a perception check to see how strong this fellow would be and what my likelihood of tossing him out the window would be?
I believe that would likely be perception.
Okay.
That roulette is insight, but I'm okay with whatever.
Okay. So, Yuji, you can see that it's the woman that stepped up towards you, and she is pretty burly. She is pretty burly indeed. She definitely has. She's definitely pretty strong.
How tall is the ceiling?
Ceilings here, we'll call them 7 feet.
Always the Echo Knights asking how tall the ceilings are.
You know what? We'll live the dream. We'll see what happens here.
What the fuck with the frog?
Yeah, that's what I was laughing so hard about. No one else saw that. I was like, oh, well,
You're welcome.
ruined the video there. So. Yuji will try and like
Sorry.
slide. That's okay. Slide by Dimitri and like using his spear as leverage, try and trip the burly lady up and force her out the window.
Okay. Let's go ahead and see a contested athletics check. Or you can use acrobatics. Either one's fine.
Jeez, I'm not great at either. I miss Bill in this situation. Oh, pretty good. That's not bad.
Wow. Her nat 1 is not looking too hot.
Oh, it's looking amazing.
She lunges up towards you and swings her flail. And Dimitri, you duck just in time for the flail to go flying and crash into the wall next to her, next to you. You hear the women in the other room cry out in surprise. And Dimitri, what do you do? I'm sorry, Yuji, how do you do this?
Okay. I was like, what?
I was like, oh, poor Dimitri gonna get hit. As you picture, I picture like someone swinging a bat or a flail. You take that step forward, and so you'll essentially see Yuji slide his spear between her legs and then use it as a lever to push her up, and then I'll just keep out the window.
So roll an attack and just roll damage. Use your Pam. damage for it. A blunt end. Okay.
Ooh, that was good.
So
too.
she takes the 8 bludgeoning and goes crashing out through the window, and you all get to see this on display for the first time. She gets a dexterity save to see if she can catch herself on the way out.
I was assuming you'd do that.
Yep. So she does catch herself. So she is clinging on to the outside of the window, eyes wide with terror as she's hanging out the outside of a speeding lightning rail as it thunders by. Anything else, Yuji?
At no point, though, we have determined that they were actually Emerald Claw. If anything, it would suggest that they were not because they were aggressive towards seeing an Emerald Claw insignia, correct?
You can make an insight check. We'll call this your bonus action. Okay.
No.
Yeah, you're unable to determine the cause of their reaction, but their reaction was visceral and immediate.
With that, then, I will continue to stand behind Dimitri and wait for the next one.
Okay.
Go get him, Dimitri. You're up.
Got it.
Talk him down.
Actually, I'm up.
Yeah.
Or Kay's up. Go get him, kid.
Go get him.
Oh boy.
Hayes Echo is actually gonna. Did that guy make his saving throw to hang on?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So Case Echo is going to plaster himself against the ceiling.
Okay.
As flat as it can go.
All right.
I cannot hold a bonus action, so I'm not doing anything other than making sure I stay out of the way of all of my companions.
Okay.
Because I assume they can handle this. And I'm trying to stay invisible.
Got it.
Next.
Dimitri.
Okay. I think I see that there is a person right here.
Yes.
I'm going to stick my head out the window here so that I can kind of see the top of the train behind us. And I'm going to look at that person and say, "You'll have time to think." And I need him to make a fortitude saving. Or,
Constitution.
Con save.
Yep. Vortex orb.
Oh no! Oh my god, another nat 1!
on top
Oh my
of the
God.
train.
Oh, no.
Her eyes go wide, and then she vanishes. On top of the train?
On top of the train. Not the one that was
Not that
hanging out
one.
the window, the other one.
Oh jeez, okay, damn! Okay.
And then I will continue forward.
You all see that person. I mean, you probably hear the magical poof of whoever of them leaving, but then you hear a thud on top of the train car.
They've seen the little vortex, little purpley vortex symbol appear on the above my gauntlet, and envelop someone a couple of times because people have experienced it. They've been on the receiving end of it, and now I'm letting someone else experience it.
I'll hear a thump on top of the train car, followed by panicked screams.
And then Dimitri takes in a deep breath and continues forward.
Okay. Tinge?
Can I open the door?
Yeah.
I don't even see a door.
You gotta move up to here.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I got it. So that was, 5, 10... 15, 20...
Okay.
30.
Door opens into the galley. You hear the sound of cooking utensils and other such things.
And
The
that's
smell of lobster and risotto hits you.
Time for a break.
Alright, Tinge, what are you done?
My echo's gonna appear. and then it's gonna float forward and kind of in a weird vertical manner, Superman style, over everybody.
Yeah.
30 feet, so 5, 10, 15. Basically, be right next to where Kay's echo is.
Okay.
And then
The woman hanging out the window screams at your echo, "I'm gonna wear your guts like a hat!"
I can't see her, so I can't attack her through the echo.
She's right here.
But
Oh.
yeah, no, I need to be able to
Okay, yeah.
see. So Tinge is gonna trade places now. Actually, I can't. That's another bonus action.
Bonus action. Just...
So I'm just gonna walk forward and just be like, all right. That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. She is going to try and haul herself back into the car. Is unable to do so. She's about halfway hanging in and out, kicking her feet out the other side, trying to haul herself back in. Brings us to Eugene.
I'm gonna move up with Dimitri here.
And 1 second, I forgot about something. Oh my god.
Okay.
Dimitri, you hear someone, "Ah! And out the window you see the guy you teleported to the top of the window come falling off the top of the train car and fall in between the two cars.
Aw.
Aw.
Maybe he's learned his lesson.
Wait, so he's behind me now?
No, he is very, very
yeah.
rapidly leaving the train behind.
Ah,
Oh.
sucker.
You made a choice.
I was gonna just pam him off in between, but okay. that
No,
works.
he's done.
With going into this train car, and since I'm still focused on locate object, does it appear closer, further,
It does appear closer to you.
like in this car, or no?
It is still considerable distance west of you.
Well, I don't really see any hostile people right now. So
All
I'll
you see
just
is people
move
cooking.
No, and ready in action that if anyone is hostile to me, I will swing from frost at them.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay.
Go. 5.
This one's still hanging out the side of the car, by the way.
And then I swap places with my Echo with my bonus action. If I can ever. And then I move another 15 feet. Yeah, I could care less about the one hanging out the window.
Okay.
I mean, I'm really proud of everyone for how we non-lethally handled that situation. So,
Are these just like
go team.
cooks and servers and stuff that are in here? Or are
Yeah,
these...
as you make your way over there, they are just busy cooking, preparing meals, just doing their job.
Yeah, I sense that there's a sense of urgency here, so I was like, what can I do that will have the option of sort of that instantaneous problem has been removed? Like, ooh, vortex warp. That's great.
Oh yeah, that was one of the best uses of vortex warp I think I've ever seen. Actually,
that was pretty cool.
That was well done. Yeah, I'm done, Dimitri.
All right, I'm going to move forward. Excuse me, we're looking for someone. I hate to bother you, but we're looking for a gentleman, tall, broad shoulders, with a green scarf. Can you tell me, if he's which car he is in? I'm sorry to say that I think he's stolen something, and we need to retrieve it.
The woman turns towards you. Look a bit of concern on her face. Y'all are armed and armored. And, I've not seen any green scarved men coming through this way. I apologize. I can't be of any more assistance, but Perhaps you can check in with the guards further down the hall.
We would love to.
Oh, is she gesturing back the direction we just came from?
No, gesturing towards the
Okay.
dining hall. Down, yeah.
Gotcha. I was like, oh, you're bad. You're going up on the roof too. You're going in the timeout zone. Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna keep on keeping on.
Okay. Tinge, what do you do?
My Echoes is gonna proceed forward. There. And then Tinge is just walk up to the person hanging out the window and look at him. Shove him out the window.
Yep. She looks at you, she's like, don't do it. Ah! Alright, out she goes.
Aww.
I don't even have to make a roll.
No, she was barely hanging on as it was.
So,
Right.
if I'd given in to my I'm frustrated thing, I was going to grease the windowsill.
No.
Glorious.
But I chose not to do that.
Okay. So we are going to drop out of initiative for now. We're going to enter a bit of a free-form situation here for the time being.
Exploration mode, so to speak.
Indeed. So,
Are those dinosaurs?
they are! So, the benches
What?
that line the dining tables in this cart, this obviously the dining cart, are nearly empty. Only a handful of passengers are in here. Near you, the closest to you, there are 3 men cheerily clink their pint glasses together and chug a glass of ale. Empty pitchers and shot glasses collected in front of them. They are quite inebriated. Kay, I will need a stealth check if you're making your way all the way over there. You may do so at advantage.
Okay. So this would be an advantage and at +3 from what gets rolled.
Okay.
So 12.
I'm
Okay.
actively.
So
keeping an eye out.
we'll get to that in just a moment. But yeah, their attention is focused on 2 small dinosaurs in the middle of the car. Kay, you only would have made it to about there.
Fair enough.
The 2 dinosaurs are performing at the behest of a female halfling, who barks commands with a grin on her face at the 2 dinosaurs in the center of the car. On the far end of the car, a grizzled half-elf man wearing a green scarf and battered
Is that this guy?
chainmail is speaking quietly to 2 human men and 1 woman. They are all dressed in utilitarian Karnathi fashion. They are doing their best to ignore the chaos on the other side of the car. While they have pint glasses in front of them, the ale in front of them is nearly untouched. Kay, would you have tried to get past them?
No, once I saw that green scarf, I would not.
Okay.
I think Yuji wanted to enter the cart and confirm the green scarf instead of being like, over there.
Is it this guy?
This guy here.
All elf. I thought it was in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, that
And
guy. Okay.
once
I saw the
see-
green.
And once I see, as soon as I see Tinge enter the car, I will summon my Echo right here.
There is no escape.
Excuse me, can you? We need to get by the. Can I get by, please?
She
I-
says,
I don't
"Oh,
just-
my apologies," and she shouts out a command in a foreign language, and the 2 dinosaurs perk up as if they are standing at attention and hop up onto the tables either side of them.
Thank you. And was that her? This one right here?
I now swap places.
Oh
with
no,
my
that was
Echo.
her. Got it. Who is this? Is this one of the Karnathi people too?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
So, green scarf guy and everybody
Yep.
else would have just seen my Echo appear in my place because they didn't see me. But so it's basically just my Echo appears there as I swap
will-
places with it.
I will turn to the little halfling
So-
girl and the two guys and say, I'm sorry to do this, but I think that you probably would want to go over into the kitchen cart, or go to the back of here, because I think that this is going to become dangerous.
Okay, so this happened very fast, and a lot
It
of
did.
I
things
was
were
just gonna
said
say,
before I
escalation.
had a chance to
Oh.
react to anything. So let's go
I
ahead.
know.
Let's go ahead and do this step by step, so we know what happens when and all that kind of stuff. This happened way too fast, and I wasn't able to properly
Yeah.
react to anything. So just
Alright.
because it was said doesn't mean it has happened already. So
Gotcha.
you all walked into the room. You saw the chaos unfolding. You saw the dinosaurs fighting in the middle. Kay, you would have been the first to notice the green scarf at the other end of the room. You
Right.
made it to
So-
right here before
There,
being
right.
noticed. So, you would have made it into the
Oh,
room,
boy.
made your way past the dinosaurs and the people, and made it to right here. While you made it to there, Dimitri and Tinge and Yuji would have made it through the door and seen the scene in front of them. There would have been a couple people talking at the other end of the room, and now... So Dimitri, what would you have done as soon as you entered into the room?
I was trying to, once I clocked the guy, I was trying to get across, so I was trying to get the dinosaurs out of the way so that I can move across the room.
Okay. So, as you were making your way into the room, we'll say that you were speaking to the dinosaurs just as Kay was getting to here. So, you ask the dinosaurs to get out of the way. They do so. And then you approach the woman.
Yep.
Tinge and Dimitri, what are you two? I don't even see... There's Yuji.
Yuji.
Okay. Yuji and Tinge, what would you have done as Dimitri walked into the center of the room and asked the dinosaurs to move?
Ginge would have turned around, locked the door behind him.
Okay.
Both of them. And that's it.
And Yuji.
I'd have been following very closely in Dimitri's shadow, and as he approaches the woman, obviously come off to the flank there, ready to go.
Okay. Now...
And as soon as Tinge entered the room, it was my intention to summon my Echo right here.
Okay,
And
and
that's
would
a
anyone have been
bonus
able to see that?
No.
Your echo summoned.
Nope. They could see the Echo, but it's silent. And, it's an image. It's an object image. So whether or not they notice it or not is kind of up to you. But they wouldn't know that I did it. It's not, it's just something I do.
Okay.
There's no incantation. It's not a spell, it's not an
Maybe they
attack.
would have thought that I did it since I'm the one that walked right up to him.
Yeah, so.
Okay. And you would have done that as soon as Tinge got into the room, so before
Yep.
you were noticed.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna make a perception check for this guy in the back here.
Oops. Working on getting my Echo there. There we go.
Okay. So their attention is all towards you all. And as you're all approaching, the man in the green scarf would have kind of turned back towards the door as you were all walking up towards him. And he would have turned to leave as Dimitri was approaching. He would have turned just in time to see your echo appear there. Okay. And he would shout out a bit of an alarm. Not really like shout. He kind of just like shouts out a bit of surprise as he sees this thing materialize behind him. And yeah, so what is it? What exactly does it look like? Does it look corporeal? Does it look
It's ghostly.
Tangible?
It looks like a nightmare spirit version of myself.
Okay. Yep, he would shout and kind of just like swing his arm in front of it as if he was trying to like wave away something in front of him, and he would let loose that shout. And we are going to roll initiative, everybody. I don't think hostile intent can be... I don't think there's any...
Misconstrued here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about hostile intent going on here. So This guy shouts, turns around as if he's going to leave, sees the thing, and waves his arms in front of it. He's not going to be able to make his way towards the door just yet. But yeah.
This is Green Scarf Dude, right?
This is
In the
Green
corner.
Scarf Dude, the one towards the door.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And just playing Anchor today.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently Dimitri's extraordinarily motivated for this one.
Yeah, that was definitely a way of doing this.
Best laid plans, right? Just what you thought, and now we got you on your toes again.
What the fuck? Sorry, my APIs just went nuts for some reason. 1 second.
Probably because there's like, a dozen tokens in this small little, 3 by 10 space.
I will be right back.
Okay. There we go. Okay, Dimitri, you're up.
Okay. I'm suspecting that the woman directly in front of me, as well as the 2 people next to him, this one and this one, they appear to be grouped together as a...
They were all speaking when you entered into the room, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'm going to say, I'm very sorry, and my armor is going to start pulsing as I get some temporary hit points, and then I will say over my shoulder to the little halfling girl, say, get these people out of here, and then I'm going to clock her in the face.
Okay.
Jeez.
Whoa!
not
Totally could've talked this
not
out.
the halfling.
Not the half.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. It's only 11.
she kind of throws up her arms like in a boxing stance, and Dimitri, make a perception check as your blows land onto her arms.
Hey. Oh. Wow.
19.
Oh yeah, get rid of the guidance. 15.
15?
Sorry, I did not
Fantastic.
cast
15 is good enough. Dimitri, as you strike, you feel metal. And as you look at her, she's not wearing gauntlets of any kind. She throws up her arms defensively, and you strike, and you hit armor.
that.
She then backs up and reaches towards her side.
Did the second hit?
The second one
Hit.
makes contact, yes.
Okay. So that'll be 7 thunder damage, and if she attacks anyone other than me, she will be at disadvantage
Okay.
for the attack. And that is it for my turn.
Okay. Yuji.
Look at my crap again, make sure I remember what I've got.
So right now there's the gal in front.
Right, so
This guy.
things are definitely very chaotic right now. Nobody has done anything hostile except for Dimitri, and
Oh.
Kay has summoned a very terrifying image behind everybody. So, you saw your green scarf guy, you saw him talking with these 3 people. Nobody appears armed, nobody appears armored, although, what's your passive
Flank.
perception? Right.
Not great. 12.
Okay. With a 12 and the look of shock on Dimitri's face, you probably heard his fist clank against armor when this apparently unarmored woman raised her arms defensively. So that's what you know.
I keep thinking they're sending stones, but they're not sent. What are they called again?
Rocky Talkies?
Rocky Talkies.
No, what are
Crystals.
the green scarf guy? Crystal something crystals.
Oh, right.
Oh,
The authorization crystals.
Authorization.
There
yeah.
it is. Yuji in a very intimidating stance, Grimfrost pointing at their throats. Give us back the crystals. Tell us where the Emerald Claw is. I can roll intimidation if you want.
That won't be necessary. The one behind them smirks at you. One back here.
Green scarf guy.
Green scarf guy smirks at you.
Green Scarf's gonna get it then. Okay. Nothing.
He doesn't say anything back to you.
This is gonna hurt then. I'll slide right up there and inflict wounds him.
$19 hits.
Ooh, my.
23. Wow.
That's persuasive.
I gave him a choice, Dimitri,
Surprised you didn't smite him.
because I thought this would be cooler and probably scarier.
No, I mean, in addition, you still. I think you could.
Yeah, you
still
can't.
smite.
No,
You can't smite with the when you attack
Yeah.
with
We
the
use
spell.
spell slot.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to be a
Oh.
melee attack or something like
He
that.
stumbles back and looks at your armor and your regalia, Yuji, and looks a bit confused. His face kind of screws up in pain and anger. Anything else?
My companions have you outmatched. Give us what we want or face the consequences. As I stand in the middle of all four of these people.
What is... Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Our Echo Knights. What are the mechanics for somebody running past or through or around one of your echoes?
The echo occupies space.
Yeah,
Is it
so you can't-
corporeal?
It's a thing.
It occupies space.
Let's look that up then.
I mean, rules is written. You cannot move through the space of an enemy. You play that a little bit differently than
Yes, I do.
rules is written, which I'm fine with. But the echo occupies space. That's
Can it make athletics checks?
no,
Does it have an athletics score or anything along those lines?
no. It's an object.
Okay. He's gonna make an attack at it. He turns, he whips around, his cape and scarf both smacking you, Yuji, in his haste. And he is going to draw a flail and swing it in one clean motion. That is a 19 to hit the echo.
That hits the echo. Echo disappears.
He then runs.
I assumed.
Do I get my
You do.
opportunity attack? Sucks to suck. Sorry, I'm reviewing my spells quick to see which.
How bad you're gonna smite him when you hit him? Yes, exactly.
Well, like, Yuji is very torn in this situation. On one hand, vengeance is boiling in his blood. On the other hand, killing one and the whole group getting away is a waste of time. So Yuji, I think, is smart enough to know that he needs to find the
wait.
group first.
Stand by. Sorry, he does not
Uh-oh.
run. He
Oh,
misty
it.
steps.
oh, the bastard.
Counterspell.
Okay.
No.
No, he did not. This is not a counterspell group.
I want to be able to do that so badly.
So if he misty steps, then whole person was what I was getting at. Won't matter.
And
This
then
whole
he
person
runs.
wouldn't stop him from misty stepping, right?
Well, a whole person would, because whole person would, if he'd been held, he'd been paralyzed. He couldn't cast the spell.
But he never provoked an opportunity attack here.
Oh, that's right. He misty stepped.
Misty stepped
Never mind.
away.
Yep, he's
Yep.
gone.
I was looking at this guy's list and I'm like, wait a second, there's a spell there.
But screw you
Alright.
guys. I'm gone.
That is his turn. Action to attack the Echo, bonus action to get himself over there, and movement. Yep, okay.
Okay.
This one kind of looks around and takes stock of the situation. She is going to move to here, and then to here, and then she is going to grab the halfling, pull a
Did
dagger, and put it
Yuji
to
make
her
an attack
throat.
opportunity?
Yuji would. Yes, there we go.
I'll hit her with a Grimfoss.
Okay. 18 hits.
I'll smite her with level 1.
That's why I'm putting her back. She might not live through this.
Oh my gosh.
24.
Respectable.
Okay.
What's the smite? Oh no, that is with
That is
is,
with the
yeah.
swing, Okay, she did live. So. Gets to here,
Good for her.
grabs the halfling, puts a dagger to her throat.
She needs to make a disadvantage attack against the halfling because she is not attacking me.
Okay. We will call that a grapple with athletics at disadvantage. That is a 19 against the halflings.
Yeah, I'm sure that's okay.
9. Yep.
I was just figuring.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Disadvantage,
Kay would not have taken an opportunity attack as she went past him.
Okay. Trying to stay invisible.
Yep. I have stuff to do.
Okay.
Which way is she facing?
She
Not that it
is.
particularly matter
Yeah.
mechanically, but
She's facing you. Technically, her and the halfling, well, they can't occupy the same space, but you get the idea. She has the knife to the halfling's throat.
As a hostage.
Yep. And she says, "Get your dinos on them, or I'll kill you."
Aww, that's cute.
No, don't hurt the halfling.
The halfling's eyes go wide. She looks up. "Sorry!" Barks a command in a foreign language.
is that language not halfling, or is it the language?
It's not.
of
I don't
the
know what
Eberron,
language they speak on the,
the
Talenta
Dino
Plain.
Island halflings.
Lions, they
Yeah.
speak halfling.
Is it halfling?
They speak
Okay.
halfling.
Fantastic. So she is It doesn't say that she's speaking halfling though. It says she's shouting orders in a foreign language. So we'll just run with that. Y'all don't recognize the language. It's the dinosaur native language. But she
Okay.
is shouting
Fair
orders at
You're trained in German, okay?
her. And enter the dinosaurs. That is her turn. Brings us to this guy, who Yuji. He's going to attack you.
Cool.
And you're playing.
Yep, cool.
Yuji,
I
nat
knew what I did when I
1
walked in the
and
middle of the
18.
group. Yeah. Yeah, that 18 misses.
All right,
'cause I have
awesome.
a shield.
Shield.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm moving. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Got it. 30. Do I see him?
You do. You see him
Ash.
running past several open doors, and he's kind of looking into those rooms and pointing.
No, I'm here. I'm still invisible. And as a bonus action, I summon my Echo.
Okay.
Right there. Actually, yeah, right there.
Okay. Okay, you would see armored people in the rooms to the north of you.
Yeah, I was afraid of that, but that's okay.
Jeez, okay, this is certainly happening interestingly, but we're gonna run with it. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. Oh boy, indeed. Okay. Anything else from you, Kay?
I mean, no, at this where I am, I'm invisible. I would flatten against a wall. If somebody comes barreling out a door and charging down the passageway, hopefully they would just go right past me.
But your echo's right there, right?
But my echo is right there.
Okay. Okay. Does bring us to the guy in this northern room who is going to step into the doorway and take a swing at your echo. Or a few of them. 11 to hit.
Miss.
Followed by a 19.
19 hits.
Okay. You would hear him shout as you were standing there, "We're under attack. Defend this hall." You know, I'm trying to figure... I have to make an intelligence check for this guy, because classes and characters don't exist in a vacuum, right? There's a possibility this guy has fought with Echo Knights before, and may know that somebody must be chasing him for that to appear in front of him again. So let me make that check for him. This guy is an Emerald Claw operative. This guy is an operative. He's seen his fair share of war and combat. We will call this a DC 14 to see if he recognizes what's happening here. Call it a straight intelligence check. Okay. He doesn't say anything else. Brings us to the dinosaurs.
No, I put my hand out. No. Whoa. Whoa.
Alright. Dimitri, they get on either side of you and start snapping.
Okie dokie.
Man, these things attack a lot. Okay. Dimitri, 14 to hit.
No.
24 crit.
Yes.
And 16. So the claw is 11 slashing, Dimitri.
Ow.
The next
Okay.
one also begins tearing away at you. 7, 21, and 17
21 will hit.
for 6 slashing.
Okay.
Tinge. Her back is to you. Her human shield is not so shielding from where you're standing.
Halfling shield.
Right?
Oh my god, can that be a thing? Can I just have a halfling that's like a shield?
Okay.
I mean, I'll tie a rope to him. It'll be great, right?
Tinge is just gonna take his normal. He's gonna just kind of walk forward. The echo is gonna float over to the adjacent side over here, and he's gonna take his sword out casually, look at it, walk up to wrong person.
Say these bystanders dove beneath tables once the fighting broke out.
It just is walking up here, and will casually stab her in the spine
Oof.
with. Oh yeah, she's flanked.
Yeah, she's
Should
flanked.
help.
Don't hit the halfling.
Don't hit the halfling. That hits.
I didn't.
She lets out a shout of surprise as she drops down to the ground, drops the halfling. The halfling immediately calls off her dinosaurs.
Tinge just looks over and says in halfling, "A choice."
Now, as you look down and watch Tinge, the woman's clothing begins to shimmer and shift. Yep. And beneath the illusion, you see something quite different. She is wearing pretty heavy armor. And the armored soldier is wearing a vivid green clawed hand insignia on her armor. Distinctive helmet with a half faceplate. You all recognize these as Emerald Claw. You all would immediately recognize that as the armor of an Emerald Claw trooper. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and take our break, and we will come back into this in initiative right here, and things will certainly be.
I still have an attack sitting.
oh, sorry. Yeah. Go and finish your actions.
I mean, I don't know.
Let's definitely finish your turn, and then we'll take our break.
Yeah, I did the thing I wanted to do. So she stopped them from attacking, though.
Yes, she immediately called out the dinosaurs, and they did their standing at attention thing, where they're just kind of standing bolt upright, kind of like dinosaur heel.
But in doing that, she revealed. This would happen after. I mean, I'm not really going to do anything other than step forward slightly more to here.
Or the other two people.
I don't have enough movement to get there. That is my movement.
Okay. Now we'll take our break. All right, so we're back. A running battle, as was just put, has broken out. Kay is invisibly chasing the man in the green scarf through the trains. There is several people blocking your paths to follow. All right. Brings us to one of the operatives here. This man just rushes past and says, "I'm being chased. Defend this car." And then he is going to step out. Oh, shit.
Help, I'm being oppressed. Oh.
He gets right up in front of you, Kay. Doesn't know you're there, but he kind of gets there.
I'm pressed against the wall. If he tries to go past, I let him go.
He's not going past. He's going to stand right there. In fact, he's going to back up one and kind of get ready in a defensive stance in the middle of the car.
I just validated that see invisibility is not concentration.
Okay, awesome. He's holding an action. All right. This one up here.
Yeah, that goes without saying. Drop concentration on locate object. We've located.
Yeah,
the object.
you've located the object. All right. So this one here is going to turn towards you, Yuji, and flanking with his buddy is going to begin swinging away with his flail. That is going to be a 22 and an 18 to hit.
Ha! Only one. That's better than I thought.
Who's blind?
Sorry, I don't know what to put on for see invisibility.
Okay, that'll work. We just know that you can, in fact, see. In fact, you can see.
Yeah,
better.
I can't. In fact, I can see better.
All right. Yuji, 7 bludgeoning.
Cool.
So one point of clarification.
Yeah, of course.
Halfling that just dropped into a totally different armor from what she looked like and stopped attacking.
Not halfling.
Not halfling. The halfling was the captive.
Correct.
Okay, so a glamour dropped off. Understood.
Yes.
Back to understanding where we are.
So yeah, this woman was holding this halfling hostage, ordering her to make the dinosaurs attack you all. You killed the woman that was holding the halfling hostage. When she dropped, when the human woman that was holding the halfling hostage dropped, a glimmer, a seeming spell dropped from her, revealing her to be an Emerald Claw trooper.
And then the halfling ordered the dinosaurs to stop attacking.
Exactly. All right. Okay. Dimitri.
All right. Dimitri is going to start out moving here and put his hands on Yuji And again, that little vortex torrent will appear over his gauntlet and then envelop Yuji, and I'll say, go help Kay, and I'm going to vortex warp you to over here. Or actually, I'm going to vortex warp you to over here.
Even better.
So Yuji, move yourself.
Sorry, I was just like waiting. I was literally waiting for you to move me. I was like, all right, whatever, we'll get around to it.
And then I'm going to stand here and
If you
say,
stand
hi guys,
forward or
and
back,
then my armor will pulse again as I get more temp hit points.
That's a neat trick.
And that's my turn. Action, bonus action. Now I'm gonna. Why am I standing between two people? I'm gonna go here.
I was just gonna say, don't stand between the two people. Don't
I
make
was
the
like,
mistakes
that is-
I made.
That was.
Don't make the mistakes I
man.
made.
I was like, no, this way. Yep, right here. Good. I'm good.
The gifts are on point tonight, guys. Okay. All right, Yuji.
Oh, and let me cast the spell, so it's off my list.
How roughed up does Green Scarf look?
Not very.
Not very. And I inflict wounds him with something pretty good.
Yeah, you did like 28 points of damage to him.
I'll drop down and be like, I warned you, Green Scarf, and I'm just gonna try and hit him with my Grimfall.
All right.
Don't roll a 1.
Wouldn't that be
That
irony?
hits.
Woohoo!
I am gonna up the ante and second level smite him.
Okay.
Precious crystals.
And I roll
Oh.
painful.
Only 24 damage.
That's
fine.
it's still 24.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
a good roll in the normal.
Get out of here, both of you. It was a terrible roll.
Well, yeah,
All right.
but
I'm trying to murder.
So as you strike him, he kind of looks towards you, looks back towards the car, and sees the fighting. He lets his glimmer, he lets his seeming drop, revealing very, very high-ranking Emerald Claw armor. He kind of looks towards you. What'd you say to him, Yuji?
I didn't remember. I said, hey, Green Scarf, I gave you the choice to give up or something. I don't remember.
Okay. All right. He kind of looks at you and he kind of growls out the words, "You appear to be fighting on the wrong side, traitor." Anything else from Yuji?
That's a great question. I'm trying to think here now.
hit him again.
They,
Why I did it
Hopefully
since
I
you
can-
were coming up next.
hopefully I can send you all wayward souls end up. I'll hit him again.
All right.
This guy, one of our allies, maybe?
10
That's not gonna hit him. I know it's
does not hit. This guy here?
Yeah.
The one in the green armor?
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
giant emerald
We'll
claw
find out.
sign on his chest. And then I'll pam him.
All right. 15 does not hit.
15 hit? Dang. High level emerald claws armor. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
That's what I got.
Okay. So, the first thing he's going to do is he is going to say, "Well, let's see, traitor. Let's see who you really are." And you see this shadow beginning to kind of form away from him. Almost like the darkness in the room is kind of being all gathered towards him. He seems to grow in height, although he has not. I need... Okay. Not K. I just need Yuji to make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool.
Got this.
I do have a +3 from my aura.
Nice. DC is 16. Good luck. Ooh.
Oh, that doesn't help me any. Nah, I'd still be short. I was gonna say I'll use my sessional, but I'm short 1.
Okay. Yeah, you're not going to make it. All right. So, looming over you, Yuji, he continues to speak. He says, your armor says you're one of us. But you're not. Yuji, you are frightened. And then he says, here, have this back. And he reaches out his hand and places it on your chest. And is going to cast Inflict Wounds at 3rd level.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Oh, boy.
That is a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
that's gonna leave a mark.
That's going to leave
yeah.
a mark.
This is gonna be hurt.
Oh, the shit roll.
Yes.
It's only
Five.
22 points.
5 damage. 22.
Oh no.
I can take that all day. Let's go. All right.
Yeah, once I sent you over there, I was like, this may be like putting you down the tunnel with the water on.
Oh no!
We'll see how this goes.
Oh, too soon. Too soon.
Just hoping you guys catch up.
Yeah, totally.
So-
They got their own
right
problems
there.
down there to deal with.
It'll be fine.
Okay, she did.
Don't worry, I'm about to drop my invisibility.
Alright, and then this guy is going to step up and he's going to swing his flail as they do. It's a 5 and a 14
Nope.
to hit you, Dimitri.
Nope.
Brings us to this guy. He's going to step out. His back is to UK. You're flat against the wall, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so he's going to step past you.
Let him go.
Okay. He's going to get to right here and take up his defensive position. Brings us to UK.
I was hoping there wasn't another one, but I'm still gonna do it. So I cast
Yeah.
Cloud of Daggers
Oh, where?
right there.
Ah! Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let me grab that spell effect. Cloud of Daggers on him.
Yep. So unfortunately, he doesn't take any damage until it's his turn.
Right.
And then I summon my Echo to right there.
Okay. Oh, nice. He is certainly startled by that.
Yep. And I had to move to here to do that. I am no longer invisible.
Okay.
And I go, ooh, this guy.
Roll an intimidation check, just for fun. Let's see if you can get like a 19 or a 20 or something.
It's not worth it.
Okay, I didn't think so. Just check.
I'm saving my inspiration for important stuff.
Got it. Scaring
Like
one
survival.
lackey isn't important enough for you?
Yeah. Actually, I would have stayed right here. Sorry.
Got it, no
But I
problem.
would have. Yeah. I was measuring stuff.
Okay. Yuji, this one is going to begin swinging a flail past the door at you. It is an 11 and a 10. Both big misses, brings us to Tinge.
Let's start building some momentum, boys. Tinge is gonna move forward.
His turn 8 attacks. Let's see it happen here.
I know. Bring it home.
And his echo will come in right next to him. And he's gonna start with the guy standing conveniently flanking with Dimitri, and hopefully
You're welcome.
do lots of bad things to this person. I think a 26 will hit.
26 certainly hits. Yeah.
Okay, 16 damage.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and whack and unleash. So from the echo
Sweet
on,
damage roll.
yeah. So this is not with advantage. Yeah, that'll hit too.
Yep.
22 for 10. Second attack on the same guy. I'm assuming he's still standing. That's about halfway through. All right, so Second attack on that guy. Ah, 23 for another 16.
He's okay. Yeah.
What are these damage rolls? Let's see this.
Keep it up.
And that's not even with. He
Sorry, Weapon
rolled
Master.
2 max damage rolls, and wasn't even
Nice,
using the Great Weapon
nice.
Master plus 10.
Yeah. So, it's gonna be fun real soon. Action surge.
Yay, my hero.
Start whacking more. Just same guy.
Lather,
25
rinse,
hits.
and repeat.
25 for 12.
He's looking real rough.
I'd hope so. Jesus.
Right?
Unleash on him.
Jesus.
This is
A melee
16.
Echo Knight's Nova round. is
17
insane.
just misses.
okay. So it was 16 on because it wasn't with advantage for the
Okay.
Echo, but
Oh, you're still flanking with Dimitri. Oh, is that
It's
from your
coming.
Echo? Got it. Yeah. Okay.
it's coming from the Echo, so
Got
it
it.
doesn't. I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it works. Anyway, second attack. This will be with advantage, and I'm gonna roll a crit.
22
22
hits.
for 10 damage.
Down he goes.
And Great Weapon Master prods, and I whack the other guy.
Jesus. These guys definitely didn't sign up for this. Okay, 17 hits.
13. Ah, that's it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. Tinge is just quietly just hacking people to pieces.
Right? Okay. Alright. This one, seeing Kay enter into the field, is going to turn towards him and begin stalking his direction. That is going to be a 6 and a 12. These guys are rolling like shit. Okay. One guy who's alive over here swings once towards Dimitri with a 5 and once towards Tinge with a 7. Wow. Guys are rolling real bad. Alright. Dimitri.
Unfortunate for them.
Indeed.
Okay.
Unfortunate for them.
I make eye contact with Tinge, and then I will clamber, or I will close my the mask on my armor, and then I'm going to move this way, and then since I can't get past, oh, can I go into this room here?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna attack that guy. That guy. Ah, close the door.
19 hits.
19 for 9 thunder.
Thunder damage, alright. Oh,
And
that's
a
hit.
crit.
Yep.
For 13 thunder damage.
Alright.
That'll be it. I don't need any more 10 hit points because I'm maxed out on those.
UG.
So I'm frightened against him, right?
Yes.
So it's attacks at disadvantage.
Here, let's go ahead and just... Yes, attacks are at disadvantage. There you go.
I'll do Channel Divinity Vow of Enmity then to negate. As my bonus action.
You
I
have
would
advantage to
use-
attack him, so straight roll.
And then we're gonna keep playing this stupid game because this is all I got. We're gonna inflict wound in his back.
15 does not hit.
Does my session hit?
18 would just hit.
Gonna do it.
Alright.
Oop, ignore the dueling sound.
Okay, so... For 19?
17.
17, okay.
Yeah, I don't get dueling with inflict wounds. That'd be cool.
Got
but
it.
no. That's really my turn.
Okay. Brings us to him. And he has to make a save, right?
Nope, he takes 13 slashing.
Takes 13, alright. Okay, what does he do
Die.
now? Let's see.
Curse all the little shards of glass slicing him.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is definitely how I envision my cloud of daggers. It's not like little actual like images of daggers. It's shards of glass and like nightmare stuff. Yeah.
Glass and pure nightmares.
Yep.
It's actually just little mini Freddy Kruegers just cutting.
Little Chuckies.
Okay, is that concentration?
It is.
Okay. He is definitely going to try to get that down then. Let's see how. Okay. Throws up a bonus action for spiritual weapon. Yeah. Bonus action for spiritual weapon. Okay, Yuji, it's going to show up right behind you, right there. That is a 26 to hit. Fuck.
Yeah, that glowy weapon totally hits me.
Is fear is what he did a concentration?
It is not.
Okay.
That is only 5
Did
force,
I get a-
Yuji.
If I get a roll to try and break that fear, or is it just stuck?
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me. At the end of your turn, you do get to repeat the wisdom saving throw. Go ahead. DC 16. You are no longer afraid.
So I'll play that out then. As you can see, Yuji just kind of shake it off, and he'll go right back at his throat and inflict wounds to him back. And we're just gonna watch each other melt, apparently.
All right, Kay. He throws a chill touch your way.
Okay.
Only a
How
16.
much was that damage again?
5.
Misses.
Okay. You all have definitely.
Gotten his attention.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all he can do.
Does he stay in the daggers or does he move?
Yeah, I think he has to move out of them.
Right. He knows if he stays there, he's going to take the damage again in the next round. He wouldn't
So
know
he
that.
backs up from Yuji. Yuji, your spear is only
Sucker.
5 feet, right? It's not 10?
Yeah, it's just 5 feet.
Go ahead and take your hit.
I'm gonna use my last. Well, I don't have to say that yet. We'll find out. Yes, crit would be fantastic right now.
17 does not hit.
He
It's
have taken him
22. Because I got rid of fear and I have my vow of
Vow of
and
enmity.
He has
22 hits.
advantage right now.
I'm gonna
Nice.
smite him too.
Smite!
For the love of God, smite
Roll
gods,
high.
please. No.
All right, so 16.
18.
We're looking at 18.
Woohoo.
Yep.
That's not
Nice, not bad, not bad.
terrible.
Hey, we're. That's like
Okay.
70
Ooh.
damage already.
Yeah, he did.
So
All right. Not the green scarf guy. The guy that was next to initiative died.
Yeah.
All right. Does bring us to the guy here. He's going to swing his flail once at Kay's Echo. Only a 10 to hit the Echo. And
Miss.
then once towards Dimitri. 19, Dimitri.
Yep, that is going to hit, and I'm going to use my reaction to shove him 10 feet away from me using repulsion shield. Oh, 15 feet away.
He can't go 15 feet.
Can I shove him into the cloud of dagger?
No.
it's
Doors.
up.
It's
It's
too
up
far
to
away.
Okay.
up to
Got it.
15 feet too.
Up to
That's it.
15 feet.
You blast him away after the blow lands for 8 bludgeoning, by the way. And then he kind
Okay.
of bumps into Kay's back.
Damn it.
All right.
Sorry, I can't see anything
Nope, you're good.
All right, Kay.
from the angle I'm at.
It's time to get in
bonus
the game,
action.
Kay.
Swap places with my echo.
Okay.
Pew, pew, pew.
And then I start blasting.
And I started blasting.
And we will start with Green Scarf Guy.
Okay. 25 certainly hits.
25,
Yeah.
5 force, and I blast him 5 feet away from me.
As you do.
And he enters my cloud of daggers on a turn.
Okay. 13.
Yuji would have this big, huge ass smile. Welcome back.
Jeez,
He
guys.
takes 11 slashing.
11 this time. Okay.
And then I blast this guy because he's more hurt.
Okay. 13 does not hit.
13 is gonna miss. And then I have 15 feet of movement. I'm gonna move to here.
Okay. All right.
Nah. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'd have stopped inside the door, but I'm having trouble moving because of the, there we go. Yeah, I'd have stopped there. Yep, that's it for me.
Okay. All right. Yuji, you know what time it is.
Yep.
They are.
Hammer time.
Yuji, you are just like an attack magnet for some reason. It's a 21 to hit.
I would like to point out I wanted to buy adamantine armor at the last major city we were at. So
You
yes,
already have something
21
like
hits.
that, though.
6
My hopes
bludgeoning.
and dreams.
The next attack misses with
Yeah.
a 17. Tinge.
Okay, cool.
This is Paladin being Tank Boy.
Yeah. That's what paladins do. Paladins be like paladins.
All right. Can I get to people? Is that a thing?
There's this
still?
guy, right? There's this guy still fighting you.
Oh yeah, I should probably like take him out. I could just move my echo through and just ignore this guy because he's.
let the dinosaurs feed on him. I was hoping she was gonna be like, I got you, boo. Thanks for the save. Dinos are gonna eat face.
try to threaten to kill him. I mean, you know, full story, bro, and all that. Oh wow, that's 30 feet right there. That's 25 feet. 30 feet would be to there. I could get there if I swap places. Was it? Oh wait, that's Dimitri. Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, no, wait, I can't. That's on top of K. That doesn't work. All right, I'm just going to murder this guy.
Okay.
That's too- I'm sorry.
When in doubt, murder.
Indeed.
Yeah. First attack. Live the dream.
14 does not hit.
It's not living the dream, Tinge. Roll better.
Sorry, I burned up all the good rolls last time. Next attack on him.
Wow.
Wow.
Apparently.
Yep.
Don't throw that into the universe, otherwise it's going to latch on and make it true.
So, you know, Tinge, hearing you discuss how she should sick her dinosaurs, you see, you can look over towards her and she kind of is nodding her head and is like looking towards her dinosaurs.
I'm gonna send my echo through. I should have done this at the beginning, because this guy's coming up, isn't he? I did this all backwards in retrospect, but I'm gonna rage now.
Nice.
It's time.
It's time.
By the way, everyone, feel free to remind me on my turn that I can action surge. I'm not used to playing a fighter. I'm used to playing spellcasters with good attack abilities, and I'm not used to playing a fighter, and I forget about action surge. Feel free to remind me.
Got it.
Can you jot that note down? K, action surge, question mark? Got it.
All right, there we go. Tinge has raged, and that is I will go ahead and roll around him, so I'm on this side of him at least. That's what you're.
Brings us to this guy, who's going to take a swing at the Echo 21.
That hits by Echo.
And then... gets to there and notices Yuji. Notices Dimitri. Swings with a 19, Dimitri.
That will also hit, unfortunately. Why are you getting my exact number?
I actually see your number is 20 on my screen.
Oh. It is 20. Oh my god! I think I've
Did you do
taken
another
hits that I
nice?
did not need to be taking. I forgot I
Nice.
did roll shield on myself. So, yep, okay.
Great job, team.
Fine.
No action surge. No wrong ACs.
It's okay, this is just pure chaos. all of this has happened over the past like 20 seconds.
Max attacks. Only missed one time. He did his
How
job.
much did you hit me for the last time? Because I'm pretty sure that was 19 as well.
Let me roll back and see if I can see it.
It was between
I don't know
11
which one. I
and
don't know
8.
which one was for you. Is the problem?
Yeah. No way of knowing.
I think I remember saying 5. So go ahead and give yourself back the 5. That's fine.
Okay. Ah, stupid door keeps closing.
And these doors are they're good in practice, but they kind of get in the way.
They take advantage over everything.
Yeah. Okay. Brings us to this guy, who's going to swing at Tinge. Tinge, 17 and 16 to hit you
17 hits, 16 does not.
for 5 bludgeoning.
So
You need
2.
better armor, Tinge.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on
Oh,
it.
my glow sword.
And then, at the end of the turn, at the end of the round, before we get to Dimitri, the halfling will shout an order towards her dinosaurs, and they will descend on this guy.
He.
Tinge, you can determine that he is pretty thoroughly distracted with not being eaten. Dimitri.
Go blue, go.
Okay. As I'm like, oh wait, that didn't hit. I'm going to hit back since he's now blocking me in the door.
Oh, that hits.
25.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
That does
and I'm overly enthused by the first hit, and then my armor will pulse again, and I will get a. Oh, actually, I guess I don't need to go anymore since I didn't get hit, so I don't get any more extra hit points. But that's it for
Right.
me.
Yuji.
Oh, give me strength. Here we go. We're just gonna start swinging because I don't have many other resources. Thank God I took advantage. So
20 hits. How much beat it?
Crappy roll.
11.
11.
Alright.
He's got to be.
Eventually, he's
No.
gonna start feeling it.
And you're swinging at this guy, right?
Yeah.
Green scarf? Okay. He is certainly
gotta be
feeling
green
it.
scarf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's probably. I mean, we've
Not
done
even
that's,
sure
that's like
Yeah.
80 something damage at this point.
Yeah.
More than that.
I'm
Considerably
just,
more than that.
I'm waiting for Green Scarf to have a giant cannon pop out of his chest. And, there.
You know.
Anywho, second attack.
19
24.
hits. Are you gonna swing?
11
Again.
again.
How much is that again?
11.
Is there a smite going on this?
I don't have any more spell slots.
Okay.
Otherwise, that would be wonderful. Pam.
Okay.
19
19 just
hits.
hits. Can you do it? Oh my god!
9.
How do you kill him?
Nice.
I don't want to kill him.
You don't want to kill
I
him.
wanna-
Okay.
I want to essentially crack him on top of the head and knock
Non-lethal
him
damage.
out.
Perfect with the Polearm Master. Awesome.
Yes. Yuji looks right at Dimitri and points at him. Thumbs up.
He's like, thumbs up, and like you see like the really big armor that like is really bulky for him and like kind of pulsating. He's like, thumbs up, good job. Sorry, Hunk. Ducking and weaving.
I mean,
Pops
that's
out the door.
viciously crack this guy over the head. Yeah. So that's what I got.
Okay, so he's unconscious and out of the initiative. Brings us to this guy. who's seeing that, is going to rush you, Yuji.
Of course he
stand
is.
over his companion and swing.
It's cool.
14 and 13. There we go. There's some misses. Okay.
Ah, awesome.
Narrowing
actually
down the
not-
field.
I'm actually not going to summon my echo here. I am going to do Form of Dread. So I get 7 temp hit points.
Okay.
And that's my bonus. And yeah, I will be blasting.
All right.
Starting with the guy that's closest to me. That's by Dimitri.
Okay.
23.
23 hits.
So 9 force, 10 feet straight away, and I need a wisdom save from him.
Wisdom saving throw result is a 24, critical success.
Yep. Blast him again.
14 does not hit.
It's late. 23 hits.
23 hits.
For 8 force and 10 more feet away from me.
Damn, alright. Fuck him, I guess.
Yep. That's it for me. I'm good. Next.
Okay. Tinge, let's see if this guy's...
Stop.
What's up? Yep.
Action surge.
Action surge.
Oh yeah, don't forget you have action surge.
There
Don't
it
forget
is.
that.
Again.
Again.
Blast.
20 hits.
20 hit him for 5. And another 10 feet.
Jeez.
Shove him off the train.
You literally just pushing
And
everyone towards
20
you.
hits.
20 for 11.
11 will do it.
He goes flying over Yuji's head. God. Okay,
When
that's it, finally. Okay.
When I was still in the other car, I was like, man, I wish that guy were a little bit closer. I would do like thorn whip and like pull him in between the two cars.
Okay. Okay, Yuji. Let's see if the bad luck for these guys can continue.
Cool.
13 and 15. Both miss.
Yep.
Tinge, you're up.
Echo goes 30 feet forward. I bonus action swap places with my Echo.
Awesome.
Seems like a theme. And then spending 15 feet of movement, so I still have 15 feet left. And the angry Warforged that is raging pulls his greatsword and advances on the guy who is now flanked from behind.
Mm-hmm.
This guy.
Give it
So,
some.
hopefully, Echo's going to disappear at the end of the turn, but that's important. Okay. Roll good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
22 for 15 damage.
15.
Okay. And again. Oh!
That'll do it. Reroll both those ones.
2d6.
Yep.
Double ones. Yeah.
All right, so 19 points. Yeah, he is very dead.
Alright.
You can move and then attack, right?
Well,
Is he
I
a
can't
bonus
frog.
action?
I already used my bonus action
Yeah,
to transport.
Oh, dang.
So. I do have 5 feet of movement, though, so I am going to step up onto the corpses of everything that's in front of me. And stare at this last guy. In my silent robot rage.
These guys are notably emotionless. They show no fear. Even at the horrible, horrible sight of one of them being absolutely obliterated by Tinge.
You're on the good stuff, then.
Spiritual weapon's gone.
Spiritual weapon is gone.
Tinge just steps forward and goes, "How you doing?" As he turns to the
Just. Okay, he did. Dimitri.
All right. Let's see if I can see what the heck's happening here. Oh, is there anybody still out moving?
There's a guy trapped in a room by Yuji and Tinge, and you can hear
20,
somebody being eaten
25.
by a dinosaur behind you. He's not gonna last much longer.
30. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna say, I think that this is the second opportunity you've been given to not continue this. So please
This
put
guy
down
wouldn't
your
have been around for that, so.
Oh, I don't know. Please put down your weapons.
He flashes you a rude gesture.
Yeah.
Of course
Okay. Well. Okay. Sorry, Yuji. I tried.
These
You're a better
guys
example than I-
are fanatics.
Yuji will have this very proud look on him, flipping off Dimitri, and then just start stabbing him. All too familiar, even hundreds of years, and it doesn't change.
Ah,
crit.
And I don't have any spites left. Oh.
It's okay. Crit is still a crit.
There you go.
18.
18. Okay.
Of various types of damage.
Yeah.
With the kitchen sink at him.
Right. Okay.
Hitting him again. Crit. Or no, miss.
Do
I
you
don't
use
have
your...
abjure enemy on him.
Okay.
You can
I
have
will
my
give you
side.
mine.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Never
there
mind.
they come.
I still have my sessional. Y'all save yours. I'll use mine for my
Oh,
own
that's
damage
right. You
machine.
didn't need it before.
Yeah.
All right.
Crit then, and
So...
Ow.
that's better roll.
Any ones in there? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So 13, 15, 16. Okay.
He's still standing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, pan him.
Hurt him again.
That should have been 18.
18, I'll take another 2 off him. 17 hits. Jeez, just enough again. Down he goes.
Yes.
Nice.
See Yuji kind of slash as he goes across, keeps kind of spinning his spear around, and then he kind of does a cool little twist, and the butt end of it comes and just totally smashes into his face, crushing his skull.
Nice. Okay.
Just at the end of combat.
There's still one guy left, technically.
He's being eaten by dinosaurs. I already took him off.
Yeah.
Okay. We
Uh,
are going to remain in initiative.
Ooh. The
What do y'all do?
rooms.
We need to get
Uh,
We need to.
I
make
take the
stuff off that
leader,
guy.
and are we gonna go save the guy from getting eaten by dinosaurs? Is he screwed?
No.
He's already
Search
dead.
green scarf.
Yeah. We need to
I
find
will
stuff.
immediately put manacles on Green Scarf behind his back, and then do exactly as everyone said: search him deeply, closely, as a good friend.
This door is.
I am moving into here and summoning my.
But better yet, yeah,
echo.
let's we maybe don't want to do this in the hallway. I'll move him into the closest room, and I guess we'll do it in there.
Okay.
Tinge will assist him in doing so.
All right. Check something.
Remember, I still have see invisibility.
Right.
If it not mattering.
Okay. You do not see
my
any
token's not
invisible
working.
people. Your search of this man does yield a crystal, an authorization crystal, as exactly described by Faris and
One?
Lara.
Is that all we need?
One.
We only need one, right?
We need one each, right?
As you're
That's
all
what I was
discussing this, your buddy, who has been trailing closely behind you, does catch up to you all.
going on, guys?
And he would say that one certainly makes things tricky. He says that if you are all close enough to one another, it might work.
How many did you have?
He had 6.
Search everybody.
I was like, search everyone. Yes. Oh my god.
You find
Search
no
all-
more crystals on the ones that you killed.
Search all the rooms in this car.
Toss
we
the
need
beds,
to go.
everything. Or do we need to go further down the train car?
Yeah.
No,
we-
make investigation checks.
There's a locked door here.
We are going to switch to the top of the initiative.
I will go into. Oh, there's a locked door. Yeah, there are a couple of locked
Yeah.
doors. So
Tinge.
I will try
Let's
to
see.
pick this lock.
Athletics?
Oh.
No pick.
Oh, pick. Got it. Yep.
Tinge is good at breaking through.
Yeah, I thought you
Yeah,
I
said
was
kick.
actually right
I called Tinge for this door.
All right.
One right here by me.
Tinge, athletics.
These doors. Ugh, I'll use my sessional 17.
Yeah, you get in there. It's empty.
All right.
Oh.
Then I will start the process of investigating when I get a
Okay.
chance.
So wait, I don't need to break the door down.
There's another
No,
door
there's another one.
up here.
Right here by K.
Go ahead and make athletics, Tinge.
And this is at advantage with rage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The door splinters and shatters open. Investigation checks for everyone searching. Good job.
I'll use my sessional on that.
You all find nothing.
Okay.
I will kick down the door right in front of me then.
Right. Your search of the passenger cars yields no crystals.
It's time to wake up, Green Scarf.
I was gonna say, where's Green Scarf at?
There's another
Uh,
car behind here, right? Though there's
Several.
another
Yeah.
door.
There are 2 doors that are locked here. I want to check one of these. Because
Oh, there's more
this
locked
is
doors.
where they were standing
I mean,
in this other
so-
car.
So we've checked every one of the rooms in this car where he had people helping him.
While they're all searching, I'll kind of shake Green Scarf and give him a good old good morning slap to the face to wake up.
Okay. He wakes.
This is a
You're too late, traitor. We reached the manifest zone.
Where are the other crystals?
Gone! By now, they're already preparing for their jump. You're too late.
How could they get there before us?
He says nothing.
Tinge turns over.
You-
Don't you have truth serum? Actually, yeah. Yuji, don't you have truth serum?
How much time are you all
Well,
spending doing this?
I was gonna say, maybe we should check the other cart.
yeah. I'm. I'd
One who's got more health than me, go
Or-
first, please.
Anyone
Let's see.
close to a window will notice the trees beginning to take on symmetrical patterns, the rock formations beginning to form in straight lines.
It's time to jump, guys.
Okay.
Tinge, did you open a door?
Did I went out the
Okay,
thing to
you're
see
just
if there
out
was
there,
something
got it.
behind us?
Okay.
Open the other door, Tinge.
Amaldi,
Literally,
are
I'm
we
literally
there?
dragging.
He looks out the window. It's close! Minutes at most!
Okay, Tinge is gonna just go through the back and keep searching.
Yep.
Tinge,
We
as you
all stay-
open that
We all
door,
stay close together.
Yeah.
as soon as the door opens, Tinge, you see 3 people hop up and loose a volley of crossbow bolts at you.
Cool.
That may be 3 crystals right there.
Tinge, 19, 10, and 24. Jeez.
19 and 24 hits.
For a total of 10 piercing.
So 5.
Where are we in initiative?
Right.
let me roll it for these guys, and we're going right now. We're starting at the top of the round. These guys held actions to shoot crossbows at the first person through the door. Speed things along. I'm going to have them all acting on the same initiative count. So, Dimitri, you are up.
Yep.
Can you fix
I
my
just-
token? It's like stuck in no man's land.
Yeah, you're on a wall. Yeah, you're good.
Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Excuse us. Do you have any crystals? And that was double move, unfortunately, for me.
Make
Yuji
an
will
insight check.
lift up
Dimitri, as you
green
say
scarf behind him, showing that we have him too.
that. Okay.
5.
They seem unfazed by your comment.
And that is it for my turn. There's double move to get up there.
Okay. Yuji.
I'll grab green scarf by the manacles and drag him behind me here.
You'd heal yourself.
Yuji's just going in.
I should do that. Yeah. I'll kind of slam green scarf down onto the ground and be like, "Where are my crystals?" And then I'm gonna
Where are the detonators? Where are
Yeah,
they?
exactly. Lay on hands myself, by the way. And heal
Yuji,
from
go ahead and make an insight check as you shout for the crystals too.
Accidentally closed my character sheet. Give me 1 second here.
Holy
And I'll
shit.
heal
So you
for
see one of them
25.
kind of just like almost imperceptibly glance behind him at the door behind him as you call for the crystals.
Thank you.
I'll follow up with that with a surrender now. This is not your fight, or I kill your leader. I'm probably not going to do it, but that's okay. That's all I got right now.
Okay. The operatives can release another round of crossbow bolts, this time using their full... Alright, another round of crossbow bolts. Dimitri, 17, a nat 1,
No.
and a 16.
No.
Okay, nice. Okay,
Okay. Echo. 10, 20, 30. That's as far as the Echo can go. K will bonus action swap places with the Echo and move another 15 feet. The Echo will be gone at the end of this round, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. I still have Form of Dread going, and I will blast away. We'll start with this guy. I used my inspiration and begot one,
You can have mine.
alright.
so 15 force.
This one here, right?
Yep. 10 feet. Nah, I'm not gonna. We'll move him 5 feet. I want him to know about movement. Move him 5 feet back. Not 10.
Okay.
And wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw result is a 12. Oh,
He is frightened.
it is not a 12. Stand by. You all said you showed him Rostin, the guy?
Yeah.
Saving throw result
Which
is a
is
22.
Rostin? Green scarf?
Green scarf.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, he is not frightened. I blast him again. 14.
14 does not hit.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. Next.
right, Tinge.
Tinge is gonna do everything backwards. He's gonna. What is happening?
It's the door interfering with you.
I was on the measuring tool.
Ah, even worse.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he's gonna summon his echo. Do this backwards. Right there. And he's gonna start whacking people. Guy to his north with the first attack. Normal. 15.
15 does not hit.
Okay. I'll do Unleash at the same guy. Last one.
Jeez,
Cool.
low rolls now.
And final attack, same guy. 16.
16 hits.
Yeah. 8 damage.
So are we swinging north or south?
North. All against north. And that is everything. Oops.
Okay.
That's not 8 damage. I forgot to click a button. +2 for rage.
Got it. Okay, Dimitri.
All right, Dimitri. Going to start out by heading over here. Then he's just sort of gonna casually whip his arm back, and sort of like metallic thorns are gonna wrap up around his wrist. And then he is going to do Thorn Whip on this guy, pulling him to here. So 7
Perfect.
points of damage.
Okay.
Pull him 10 feet there. There.
Got it.
Okay. 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to continue my movement over here, taking all the attacks of opportunity that people want to dole out.
3 of them. 10, 8, and
Oh,
19.
they've got, I was going to say they've got, and all of those missed, but they have crossbows, so probably not making too many attacks of opportunity with those.
Not with those, no.
But there we go. That was all my
Thank you.
actions.
I will follow suit with Dimitri there.
Now that I've cleared the path of the attacks of opportunity.
Pretty much, yep. Up there, and I'll hit the one directly north of with Grimfrost.
I'm trying to get through the door, clearly.
Yeah, I'm running out of room though.
8 is not going to hit.
Ooh, second attack.
18 hits.
Grimfrost stabs you.
Oh, that's right. I gotta
Oh,
take two
damn,
damage.
you're right. Con save.
+3 from my aura.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
He has mastered Grimfrost.
This round.
Alright, 11.
11. And then Payman. Or I guess like a bonus action dash. I will do that to get through the door. Just bonus action dash to keep going.
Bonus action dash?
You're not a rogue.
No, I'm not a rogue. You're right. Never mind. Hit him
I was like, where are you getting that from?
from rogues.
Yeah, from playing
my
rogues.
I wanna.
That's from him playing his
Bill.
barbarian rogue.
16 hit.
16?
16 just hits.
Nice.
How much is that? 10?
10.
Alright, he's looking rough.
That's all I got, so.
They start swinging flails. Dropping the crossbows. Yuji, you're gonna catch the brunt of this.
I was like, oh, of course, I'm standing next to them all.
That's what Yuji does.
Luckily, you killed the ones that had pack tactics already. Alright. So Yuji, 16, and I have a crit. 14. You know,
Don't
this
forget.
one is gonna move
I'm
to
gonna-
flank you.
I'm gonna use that fortified defense to remove.
Remove the crit.
You're welcome.
From Dimitri. Yep.
Okay. Next one's a miss, so we
What's
only have
there?
1 hit so far. It is 7 bludgeoning. The next one has advantage. And we have a 22 and a 10.
Yeah, okay.
6 bludgeoning
22,
for the
sure.
22.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll start with the really injured guy. Yeah, and miss badly. And again, 18.
18 hits.
So 9 force on this guy up here to the north.
Down he
of
goes.
Yuki. And goes flying off. Um, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna move to here and risk. Well, I guess when I move to here, I would risk an opportunity attack from this guy if he had one.
Okay, he does. It's a 6 with the flail.
Miss. And then I will finish my move here for an opportunity attack from him, I guess.
Okay.
As a former member of the Emerald
14.
Squad, I want to point out these guys
That
need to
misses.
practice with their flails a lot more.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to drop my echo right here. Yep, that's all I can do.
Tinge.
All right, Tinch is gonna take a walk right up to the first guy. Start swinging.
That hits.
Woohoo!
14. And again.
Another hit, and that does take him down.
And then Great Weapon Master Wax. So I'll make that attack through the echo onto the guy next to Yuchi.
Okay. Another hit for 13.
And then Tinge will just keep strolling through. That's 1,
Okay, Dimitri.
15.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on.
Yep.
Oop,
Get that
I guess
door
I have to
open
try
so I
and
can
open the
see.
door.
The door is locked.
I'm going to do the picky locks. Just a second. 15. Anyone got a sessional they want to throw for
15
25?
does open that lock.
Oh, well, good.
Good, because I was going to throw a green scarf at that door and open it. So
Another freaking locked door.
Beat the door with green screen.
oh, I was like 4
I guess
door.
that'll have to be next turn for me.
Yuji.
Yeah, as advertised, I'm going to walk right up to the door and hit it with green scarf, forcing it open. What do
You're
you
gonna
want me to
hit
roll for
it
that?
with the man?
Well, I'm dragging it behind me, so I'll like power kick it open. Whatever gives me
Jesus.
the greatest
Um,
choice of getting the door open.
We're kind of done with him, so
Yeah. I would say that you hear an audible crack as you smack the door with him, and he goes.
What are you doing? You don't need to do that.
yeah, we do.
Yeah, he
You
did not
just
live.
got this, like-
he did not live through that. That is for sure. The door is still locked. Also,
Okay.
that You were endeavoring to say I'd like to do an athletics check to make the door open, just in a bit more graphic way.
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I guess.
Let's go ahead. Go ahead and roll an athletics check. that actually, yeah. Let's do that. Okay, the door remains locked.
Oh, dang it. I don't. Wait a second. I have thieves' tools. I will try and open.
Oh
the
shoot!
door.
I bet this
That.
full doesn't take effect.
I already
There
used my
has-
action. That's right.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna back up and clear the route and look.
Okay. What do you do with the green scarf?
Oh, I'm still holding on to it.
Okay, just checking. Jesus. All right. The final operative in the room is going to start swinging his flail around. Yuji, a 9 and a 9. They do indeed need to go back to training. Okay, you're up.
Okay.
I will move to here. I will bonus action cast Shillelagh, and I'm gonna hit said door.
Okay. Athletics.
No, this should be damage. I'm
You can
hitting
certainly try to damage the door if you're trying to break the door, like actually like
Yep.
break through it.
with a booming blade. But a 9 is probably gonna miss.
Yeah, 9 is not going to do it.
You
The
hit the
stupid
side of the
door.
wall.
Oh my god.
Don't damage the lock. Give me a second.
I will.
I know these doors. They're cool, but they
When you're
Get
on
in the
top
way.
of them, trying to move yourself is impossible.
yeah. Just have your token highlighted and use the arrows.
There we go. You can use the arrows.
Yep.
Yeah, the arrows to move your token when you have it selected.
Yeah, I'm a mouse guy. Didn't know you could use arrows.
Holy
Yep.
shit! You can use your arrows. to move
You
down.
guys.
ET dubs.
What the fuck?
Hashtag arrows. Alright, I guess is done.
Tinge.
Tinge is just looking around at everybody and just goes, "Get out of the way!"
I mean, what about
Turns, doesn't care about the guy and just starts rushing the door to shoulder block through it.
All right.
I mean, you are raging, so you should.
Yeah, I should. Should work out, you know.
Athletics at advantage. 15 is not going to do it.
Oh my god.
Thudding against the door over and over again.
Get out!
And
Get
now
out of the
it's-
way!
Anything else for you, Tinge?
What does your aura do? Is it saving throws only?
Yeah.
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 Apparently we need bless to open a door.
I mean, if I had spell slots, it would be cool.
Well,
Probably would've been-
I have tool.
I'm gonna get out of the way too. I'm gonna back
Sorry,
up.
I'm not a buff type guy. I'm a I'm a hinder type guy.
Dimitri.
I have the buff, but I'm the one having to do it. So I've been forgetting I have tool expertise at this level, so my proficiency bonus is doubled on this.
Oh, good.
So,
Oh.
Yeah.
Just do that.
I mean, it hasn't failed yet, but it's important to know. So that's a 23.
The lock
unlock
clicks.
this door.
Go ahead and move yourself up to the location.
I'm right next to it.
We'll put you right there to unlock that door.
Okay, got it. I didn't want to be under the door because it was gonna eat my
Alright.
character.
As soon
Okay,
as that door unlocks, it is swung open, and 3 sets of crossbow bolts come flying towards you as you see into the room. Can you all see that? There we go. What the hell is happening?
Sorry.
Madness!
It's when I
It's like-
does that. Okay. I'm just trying to get
So-
off the token.
All the doors swing open. As the door swings open, you see the cargo area, easily about 60 feet long. The middle of the car is piled with cargo with a narrow passageway allowing access along all 4 walls. The cargo includes mining supplies, plates, various stuff like that. These doors should be closed, but they are noticeably open. There are 4 men standing in a line next to the open door. The wind begins whipping through the cabin as the landscape beyond flies past these open doors. There is a guy right next to you, Dimitri. He's getting ready to swing a flail at you. One of the guys in the back kind of narrows his eyes, looks towards the others, says, "Ralston's dead. It's just us." And they all turn towards the door.
Like the door to the north?
Yes, I don't think I actually opened that with this. Yep, it's
No,
open.
it's open.
Door to the north, yep.
Yeah. They're in here! Quick! And I'm gonna keep on keeping on if I can.
Alright.
15,
He's gonna try to grab you. Grapple.
Okay.
Athletics check. Contested. He gets... 18.
Ooh. And I can choose to use acrobatics when they're doing
you
it
can.
against me. Alright, I am choosing to do that. And it doesn't matter.
You are grappled.
Urgh. Excuse me. They're in here. And that's the end of my turn because it was my action to unlock the door.
Yuji.
I'll lay on hands Ralston to bring him back to 1 HP.
He dead.
Dead?
Dead. He was at 0 HP when you slammed his face into a door.
He was supposed to be 1 HP, I thought.
No, 0 HP, unconscious. You dropped him to 0, but did non-lethal damage.
We woke him up,
And we
I thought.
woke him up.
And talk to him.
Oh. Yeah, I'm still gonna say he did not survive being used as a battering ram.
Fair enough.
Well,
But
alright. Things are gonna get spicy then.
They're not already spicy, what the fuck?
Gonna get worse
They're
then.
salty.
Somebody swapped out the hot sauce, man.
I'm gonna rush up to here.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Has he
throw
taken an
Ralston-
opportunity to? No, he definitely used his opportunity attack on somebody already, since he's next. A bunch of people
I would
ran
take
past
it
him.
either
I'm sure
way.
he's used it. No, you're good.
But then I'm gonna take Ralston, I'm gonna throw it at all of them to knock them
Jesus.
away from the door.
Make an athletics
What
check,
I
I
got?
guess, if you want to fling a corpse towards them.
That's what
Or
I
you know what?
got.
Let's
I
just
don't
let's
got
just
anything
call
else.
this an improvised weapon thrown attack. So that would be just a d20 plus your strength, unless you're proficient in improvised weapons.
Tavern Brawler.
I don't have Tavern Brawler.
Okay, so d20 plus your strength.
20 plus 6. 14?
Okay. The body flies and crashes into them, kind of throwing them off balance a little bit, but it doesn't actually hit anybody.
AJ would love Path of the Old Guards Barbarian.
Oh, I know I would. It'd be so much fun. Remember, this campaign was about not playing a barbarian.
I know.
Yeah. Just double checking. I don't have that. Really hurting on resources here. I don't really have much. That's what I got, I guess.
Yep.
Okay. Brings us to the operatives. This one's gonna rush up here and swing away at Tinge. Tinge, 19 and 11 to hit. For the 19, you're looking at only 2 bludgeoning.
He gets opportunity attack from the Echo.
Okay. That hits.
Yeah.
16.
16 damage.
All right.
I take 2. Was that just 2 straight damage?
Yes, just 2. 2 bludgeoning.
Okay, so 1.
Okay. All right. This one steps away from the door and approaches you, Dimitri. The others kind of line up in front of the door, getting ready to jump. He, the one that stepped away, is going to swing at you. It's a 14 and a 21 to hit, Dimitri. Jeez.
14 misses.
Low
21
damage rolls.
hit.
You're looking at a 2 for the bludgeoning, for the hit.
All right. That seems to get absorbed by the aura around me.
Okay. All right.
And is this door? This door is not open.
No, it is not.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Okay, you're up.
Yep. So 5 foot puts me there. Is that an enemy there?
You got one here, one here.
And then those 3 that are getting ready to jump out the door.
Yep.
Yep. Bill moves to there. I'm shooting this guy.
Okay.
Damn it.
It's not gonna do it.
Again.
That does it.
Woohoo.
Yeah. So 15 force damage and 10 feet away from me. So, I mean, surely I can get him past
the
his
door?
guys at least somewhat. No, I
Okay.
don't want him. Well, yeah, out the door.
Do we
Got the
need the
crystal.
crystals off of them?
Oh well, that one is out the door.
A little too early, I guess.
All right.
And bonus action swapping places with my echo.
Okay.
Yep, that's it for me.
Tinge.
Tinge is just gonna move away from that guy. Yeah, fine.
We got 22 to hit Tinge.
20. Hits.
8 bludgeoning.
So 4.
I think you passed another guy who might have had an opportunity
Yeah,
attack
this
as
guy
well.
up here in the north.
Yep.
Tinge, 12 to hit.
Misses. Alright. I'm then going to summon a new echo
Okay.
next to that guy. Can I put it further away? That's as far as I can put it. So there will be a guy there. And I'm going to start cutting.
Okay. "26 hits.
12.
Okay.
And second attack.
14's no good.
Darn. And that's everything I got.
Dimitri.
Okay. Well, I guess just being grappled means my movement is 0, but I'm not restrained. So,
Yeah, just movement 0.
okay, I guess. Let me go. I'm gonna. It's this guy that caught me, right?
Yep.
Punch him in the face.
Punch him in the face.
Thunder Gauntlet to the face.
That hits.
20.
And you can force him to move, right?
No.
Okay.
He gets disadvantage if he attacks someone other than me.
Okay, that hits.
So my shield lets me make him move. Yep, 17 damage in total. All I got, because my chance of breaking out of a grapple, low.
Okay.
Since he already used his opportunity attack, I'm gonna just go right down the line and hit this guy right in front of the door. Here's hoping.
24 hits.
24 hits. I'm gonna hit him again. Ugh.
How much was that?
16.
16, okay. 15 does not hit.
15 does not hit. Pam in his ass.
24 hits. Only
For
10,
10?
not quite enough.
Dang. That's what I got.
Okay. As you all fight this pitched battle in this car by these open doors, out of the corner of your eye, you notice a change in the landscape below you, Yuji. You've been climbing an elevation, nearing the Corona Peak, and as you realize the trees flying past you have begun to grow in perfect rows, and the perfectly symmetrical clouds above you part, revealing the sun shining down upon perfectly arranged conductor stones ahead. You have only seconds before you reach the point of order. One of the agents by the door calls out, "Dorlin! The point of order is here!" In response, the guy in between you, between Kay and Dimitri, his eyes widen.
Mm-mm.
All the Emerald Claw agents reach into their pouches at their waists, producing crystals identical to the ones you obtained from Roston earlier. Yuji, suddenly the chasm opens beneath the rail and you see a perfectly straight river carving its way through. The boulders within it spaced perfectly evenly apart. Without hesitation, the man next to you hurls himself out of the rail car.
Can I opportunity attack grapple him?
You can try.
Here we go.
His roll is, an 18, okay.
Oh,
You
22.
grab
He's
him,
stuck.
Yuji. Make a dexterity saving throw as you grab the man that would just hurled himself out of an open car.
+3.
17. You have him. He's dangling. The one next to him jumps over him.
Of course he does.
This one scrambles up and over the barrels, over the crates.
And just
Two.
definitely gonna grab him.
Yep. He's going to try to jump right past you. Anyone who wants him to try and grab anyone that he left their range. Go ahead and give it a shot.
So, he left my range. Warcaster, I cast a cantrip.
Okay.
That cantrip is... Oops, not that. It's the wrong button. Yep, I miss with a moving blade.
Got it.
Did he leave mine? Where did he come from?
He was...
Tinge is grabbing him.
He was right there.
Okay,
So,
that guy.
yeah, everybody gets a chance at him.
I'm in Tinge your rage. You should do this.
10's not going to do it.
Hinge.
Oh.
Ow.
That's an 11. That athletics for the grapple. He has to beat it.
Yeah.
Might not.
He gets a 17.
Yeah.
Wow.
Out he goes. Dimitri, Kay, both of you already used reactions.
Yep.
Yep. That guy's got me grappled.
He would let you go and start running.
Use. A deadfall in front of him.
Hurl themselves out.
Ah!
Yuji, you can see the river flying past beneath you. The man dangling at your grip is flinging himself back and forth, trying to get you to let him go.
Can I? Because he's holding the crystal, and we already have one.
I will let
Can
you
I-
make... What kind of check do you think this should be to see if you can grab the crystal from him?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's see. Let's just call... let's take a page out of Pathfinder's book and just make it a straight roll. Just roll a d20. We will call the DC 14. Let's call it 13 since it's a straight roll, no modifiers. 13.
Flat check.
I'm okay.
You grab the crystal
So,
from his other hand.
So I grab the crystal, I let him go, and I
Oh,
say
damn.
it might work if we.
Okay. So
It might work if we're all close together. So
Yep,
grab
two.
on tight and let's go.
we have 2 crystals.
You have 2 crystals.
Yep.
Huddle up
Group hug.
and bring scarf guy.
Bring Scarf Guy.
All right.
Fuck scarf guy.
No.
I bear hug Yuji.
Yep. Go.
Now we're gonna jump on to Tinge's back.
Yep.
And
No.
you all throw yourselves out of the rail car, and as you plummet, that is where we'll pick up next week.
Of course.